Hello, welcome back to another vinyl show and tell. Hope everyone's doing alright, thank you very much for tuning in. So, as the title suggests, it is a footage and finds video in my hometown of Portsmouth. It's long overdue. If you've been a viewer of my previous videos, you'll have seen that I've been on a few shopping trips over the last 8 or 9 months in various different places. I've been London, Chichester, a couple in Southampton. Nowhere too far afield really, but I have neglected my hometown of Portsmouth here in the UK, and there are a couple of very good shops that I thought I needed to pop in and visit because it has been a while. So what I'll do, as with all my videos, I'm going to show a little bit of footage of the actual area and the shops that I visited, and we'll come back and I'll show you what I bought. So over we go. Hello. You join me down Albert Road in Southsea on a very fine spring day, much needed. So this is probably like the what I describe as the hub of Southsea, really, the heart of Southsea, if you will. There's been tons of record shops down here over the years. Really has been so many. I might actually try and make a list of them one day. I'm just interested to know how many I actually visited over the years. However, the one we're going to, which has been here for many years, is just up ahead here on the left. Now it does look open from where I'm standing, or from where I'm walking, because they normally have a statue outside. Just comes over. They're open. Brilliant. So here it is. Right, let's go on in, see how we get on. Right, so sounds is done. So we're at the end of Albert Road now. So over there is King's Theatre. And I'm going to pop in another shop over here called Dress Code, which is advertised as opening at 1 o'clock. It's just before 1, but I can see their doors are open, which is great. So right, I'm going to make my way safely across the road and go on in. So, not record related, but I had to show this one. This is where I bought my first ever records nearly 30 years ago. It used to be called Scalawag Records, tiny little shop. Honestly, if there was 3 people in there, you were just crammed in. It was full of smoke. The owners used to sit and basically chain smoke. A lot of character, but yeah, looks like it's turned into a beer and wine merchant. Sadly, they're not open. Otherwise, I'd go in because, you know, beer is the second best thing after records, after all. But there we are. Just a bit of interest for you. Please let me know in the comments if you remember Scalawag Records back in probably the 80s and the 90s until its closure. Right, back with us. Excellent, yeah, nice little trip out. Beautiful day that was. That was at the time of filming this, that was last week. It was a glorious day. We're not having much sun this year in the UK, are we? So let's have a quick run through what I found. Now, I only bought records from the first shop, Sounds. I got 4 records and I did not too bad. Okay, really. So here we go. Right, first off, this is by Gryphon and it's called Rain Dance. This is their 4th album. Now, this is a band I've been aware of for quite a few years, but never ever bought any. I don't know why I've neglected them. The reason why I went after this, I saw a video a couple of weeks ago, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, by John Bellamy. He actually got this very album and he did a needle drop on it. And I liked what I heard, so I thought I'm going to have to get hold of some Gryphon. And lo and behold, there it was. Admittedly, the cover's got a bit of an issue here. There's a bit of a patch here. I don't know if someone's done a repair, so it is a little slightly worn cover, but the record itself, which is on Transatlantic, is very, very nice indeed. It's got these great labels here. So, John, if you're watching, very well recommended. You've inspired me, so I look forward to playing that one. I haven't actually spun it yet, but from what I did hear, we are looking at a sort of prog medieval style folk record, which suits me fine. If I like this, I'll probably get their other ones as well. So that was a good one. Oh, this was an excellent find. Now, this was up on their wall. This is Caravan, and this is called If I Could Do It All Over Again, I'd Do It All Over You. This is their second album. This is an early pressing on Decca. I already have this, but it's not quite as good a copy. This one I thought was a very, very reasonable price, and it is absolutely immaculate. It is beautiful, and it is a superb record. For anyone who knows or likes Caravan, this is a great album. I would say it's a notch below my favourite, which is definitely In the Land of Grey and Pink. I think that's most people's favourites, to be honest with you. But this is a fantastic record, so this is a nice upgrade. Yeah, very pleased to have it. Yet another upgrade. This is Barclay James Harvest, their fourth album called Baby James Harvest. A very, very nice first pressing on Harvest Records with the original inner. And this is much better than my worn out copy. If anyone watched my last video, where I was at the Southampton Record Fair, I managed to actually bag a copy of their album before this. And it was actually given to me by Richard Warwick, which I'm still very grateful for, Richard. But yeah, this is nice to have an upgrade on this one as well. I actually had to pay for this one. I have to say about Barclay James Harvest, I do like them, but after they left Harvest Records, I just found they went off the boil a little bit, to be honest with you. I only really liked their first four records. After signing to Polydor, they continued for years and years. And they weren't a bad band, but they just went very, very soft, into very sort of soft rock territory. And it's just not my cup of tea. But the first four albums are absolutely brilliant. And I look forward to spinning this one again. It's been a while. Finally, I picked up this one. This is Brian Auger's Oblivion Express. Now, this really is a bit of a mistake, buying this one. It's a US first pressing, decent price, nice condition. I already have a UK first pressing on this one, and I had it in my head that it wasn't very, very good, i.e. it was not in great condition. So I bought this as an upgrade. It's not until I got home and pulled out my UK first press that I realised, you know what, it's absolutely fine and I needn't have bought this. The problem is with this one, the record it's pressed on is clearly on that Dynaflex stuff. It's very flexible. I mean, the record's in really good condition, and it's also missing the gatefold sleeve of the UK, so I shouldn't have really bought it. It's not a problem. I will pass it on. I will sell it on. I'll easily get my money back, and it's certainly not the fault of the shop itself. But there we go. These things happen, don't they? So that's the way it is. So yeah, I'm still very impressed with Sounds Records. They had a lot of real collectible stuff on the wall. I would certainly say if you're after some rare albums, rare prog, metal, all sorts of things. I mean, they had such a varied selection of, you know, collectible stuff. It's really worth paying a visit there. There's some, you know, there's some stuff that you would only normally find at record fairs. Prices are absolutely fine. As always, if they weren't, I wouldn't go there. But prices are very, very realistic, very reasonable, and it's a great shop. One thing I will say is if you, they do prefer cash. They will take cards, but if you go in there and pay cash, you may get a little bit of money off. That's what they always do for me. So if you ever fancy heading down to Southsea and Portsmouth and visiting Sounds, it's something to bear in mind. Just a word on the second shop I went in, called Dress Code. I came away with nothing. I went in there, and it was really unfortunate, to be honest with you, because I picked out about 3 or 4 things that I really was very interested in, albums that I was actually after. There was a Dickies album, Camper Van Beethoven, third album by the Shirts. Unfortunately, the records were either really overpriced for what I could get them for, or they were just in not good condition at all. I remember pulling out the Dickies and the campervan bait over, and I was just really chuffed to see them. Pulled the vinyl out, and they were just totally scratched. Totally scratched. I mean, I don't mind records if they have, you know, a little bit of scuffing, things like that, some surface wear. As long as they play well, I'm okay with that. Obviously, the better condition, the happier I am. But these records were, you know, they were wrecked. They should have been in like a £2 box. So I passed them up and came away with nothing. And it's a bit of a shame, really, because I just feel for what they were selling, everything was overpriced. And, you know, I've been in there before and came away with some good stuff. So, yeah, I don't know whether I'll return or not. I don't really know what to say about it, but there we go. As I said on my footage, we've really been blessed over the last few decades with record shops in Portsmouth. You can say what you like about this city, but for record shops, ones that have come and gone, some of which have lasted a matter of a year or two, there's been some great ones. So yeah, I've been very, very lucky. So anyway, only 4 records, so just to fresh the video out a little bit, I have had a few from Discogs in the mail, so I'll just do a quick run through of other records that I've purchased over the last week or so. So I'll keep this brief. So here we go, original pressing of Peter Gabriel's second album, self-titled yet again. I mentioned this first video in my Southampton finds, which was great to get. This is his second album. Weird one, this one. It's on Charisma. There's the label. Turn it over. Oh, no label pressed. Weird, eh? It was advertised like that, and it was very, very cheap. That could be one of a kind. It might be the only one in the world. You never know. But yeah, bit of an oddity, but very lovely condition. Very pleased to get. Next up we have, this is mega rare, this one. Original UK press of Bloodrock's first album. I've never seen one of these in the wild, ever, in my life. They're probably a bit more common if you were to go for a USA first press. But in this country, and for a UK pressing, these never turn up. As you can see, well, I don't know if you can see this, it is a VG sleeve, it is a bit creased, but the fact that I've got it at all for an affordable price, I'm grateful for. The record is okay, there's a few marks on it. I haven't played it yet, but it doesn't look like it's been played to death. It's on the original lime green Capitol label. I've got their 3rd and their 5th albums. They're a great American kind of hard rock band with some proggy touches there, so that's a nice one. This one came today. Beautiful, this. This is by Mike Cooper. And they're backed up. He's backed up by the Machine Gun Co. and Michael Gibbs. Michael Gibbs is kind of an orchestrator and conductor, and I presume the Machine Gun Co. are his backing band. I've got his first 2 albums on Dawn. He's kind of bluesy folk, early 70s. I think comparable along the lines to someone like Roy Harper or Michael Chapman, if people are familiar with either of those. It's on the Lilac Dawn label. Original fold out insert, which is essential. And what's lovely about this is it's a complete like rustic cardboard sleeve with this red ink on it. It's lovely. They don't make them like this anymore. They really don't. And the record is absolutely lovely. So yeah, pleased to get that. We got first album by Dead Can Dance. Original first UK pressing on 4AD. First time I've got this. I've got 2nd, 3rd and 4th albums. I'm very fond of Dead Can Dance. Ethereal, modern classical. I always say that the Cocteau Twins are really the quintessential band on 4AD. They really are, if I was to sort of, rate the whole label. But Dead Can Dance are a real close second. They are absolutely brilliant, very dramatic. Their kind of ethereal music is just kind of perfect for the label. So the first album's been eluding me, so this one came along. Lovely copy, little bit of cover wear, but nothing to lose sleep over. Very, very nice indeed. We have got One by Startled Insects, beautiful sleeve. It's got this sort of red silk screen cover. I don't know if you can see that, and it kind of reacts as you pull the inner out. Very, very good indeed. I haven't played this yet. I don't know what to say about it. It was on my Discogs wants list and came up cheap. I don't know where I've actually heard of it from. Somewhere on social media, maybe here in the VC, but I got it with the Dead Can Dance album. So that's very nice, beautiful copy. This is a weird one. Speaking of Cocktail Twins, I got an EP by them called IKEA Guinea. Now, what's interesting about this one, I wasn't really aware about this particular EP. I ordered a different EP by the Cocktail Twins from this seller, and this one turned up. They basically gave me the wrong one, and I brought the fact to their attention, and they just refunded the money. They just gave it back. But the fact is, I haven't actually got this and wasn't aware of it. So, what can I say? I got it for nothing. Maybe I should have just let them have the money, I don't know. But at the end of the day, they did give me the wrong one. But I'm happy to keep it, and it's a lovely copy. That's the way it goes. Finally, we have got this Small Faces compilation. It's called Magic Moments. This was released in the early 70s. Never available on CD. It was only available on vinyl. And basically it is a compilation of the immediate singles, and I believe there's B-sides as well. But as most of their singles were not on albums, this is kind of an essential thing to have. It's got Itchy Park, Tin Soldier on it. I love Tin Soldier. It's good, finally good to have that on record. The Universal, Here Comes the Nice, and many others. And again, it's a lovely, lovely copy. Laminated sleeve. Record looks almost unplayed. So yeah, very, very nice to have. So that's it. That's all from me. I'm trying to keep it as short and sweet as possible. Again, I also have been trying to sort of, slow down on the buying, but I just can't help myself. We all know what it's like. That's the way it goes. So anyway, I will be back with a few videos in the future. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.